I don't really know what we're gonna do. I wish people would quit stealing my dog. They get her and they put her in their car, or they put her in their garage, or they lock her in their backyard. Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to Porter Valley Ranch. My name is Josh, and I am up here today in the Zen Pen. If you're new to our channel, the Zen Pen is our sheep barn and kind of a catch pen. It's about 1/8 of an acre. And I'm up here because I've been a little stressed. For those of you who've been watching our channel, you know that Rachel and I had COVID. We recovered. My parents had COVID. They recovered, and now we are going to Africa. So Rachel and I are leaving in about a week to go to Africa. We are leaving behind our 3 boys. My parents is gonna come stay with them and look after all the animals here at the farm. We also have a couple of small businesses that Rachel and I run together, and we are leaving all of that behind and going halfway across the world, and it has me a little bit anxious. We are very blessed. We have a great family. We have great employees that work for us, but the older I get, the more I realize that I am a bit of a control freak, and I like to be in control. I've been self-employed for 16 years. I am not a great employee. I am not a great team player. I really just like to do everything the way that I like to do it. A big part of me and my personal growth is learning to trust others. So Rachel and I are leaving the continental United States, going to Africa, and I am trusting that God will keep everything here safe and rolling, and that we will return home and everything will be fine. So I watched a video the other day, and it talked about the benefits of having animals. If you have a hobby farm or a small homestead, you know that the benefits are not necessarily all monetarily, if at all. This was a video by Tim over at Lanessa Farms, and he actually was pretty negative about the finances of running a small farm, and said that most people are probably losing money, and probably that is true. For us, it's definitely true, because we have been buying a lot of breeding stock for the last 1.5 years, and so we are definitely behind the 8 ball. But we are optimistic that the future, we like our plan, we like our business plan, we like the animals that we have, so we are optimistic. But other than monetary reasons, there are some reasons to have animals, to have a farm, and one of them is because it is a stress reliever. So I believe that sometimes. On Farm Fridays, I get to come out here and feed all the animals. What you guys don't get to see is farm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And most of those days are stressful because animals are crazy. They're kind of helpless. And here, I'll show you guys these guys over here. See, this is fun, right? Like, these have been on our house for just about 3 weeks, and they're already pretty gentle. They are nice and fun to be around. But just a few days ago, some of them got out and ran down the driveway. A few days before that, my dog got loose and somebody tried to steal it. I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute. I think that's gonna be the tagline for today's video. Anyway, fences fall down, animals go under fences, trees fall down, trees fall on fences, things happen. Predators get your chickens. A lot of you guys have been asking about that. And the answer is no. We have not caught the predator that ate our chickens. I put a trap out, and one day it got tripped, and the other days I've had some like really nasty stuff in there, and for some reason the predator is just not coming back. So probably gonna have to put that on hold. We did secure the barn so nothing else gets in there, but as of right now we did not catch the predator. All right, so these 3 are gonna stay here because there's 2 ewes and they are bred to either that ram or Barley, the ram we sent to Oklahoma City. This ram is an FP and Paul is a B, so that means on the Harlequin gen code, Paul is a more higher percentage Harlequin than this ram. I don't remember his name. We got registration papers. We're going to talk about that on a video in a few days. I don't remember his name. And so anyway, so they're going to stay here because we don't want to mix them. And we think that these two ewes are already bred to either this guy or Barley. We don't really know which one because they were all mixed together when we got them. The nice thing is, for registration purposes, both of the rams were the same gen code. So we're just gonna have to wait till they're born and kind of see which one we think it is. We can also time it. If the lambs are born by a certain date, we'll know that it could be either or. If they're born after a certain date, then we know that it's gonna be just from him because Barley went away. So sometimes you just have to improvise and make do with the information you have. Anyway, so we've got our sheep split into 3 groups right now. This is group number 1. These are the new Harlequins. They are all registered Harlequins. And then let's go down here and see group number 2. So since I've got the sheep all separated, we don't have hay feeders in all of the different areas. So a little farm hack for you guys is to take a cattle panel and just bend it and attach it to 2 different things, and creates kind of a half, like a semicircle. And then you can put hay in it, because if you throw a bale of hay on the ground, they will just pulverize it and they'll waste a large amount of hay. If you can keep it in some sort of a cage, then they eat through the cage and eat the hay. Optimally, you want the hay to be off the ground in a cage, but I don't really have that option right now. So I'm going to build a cage to put the hay in so they can't just get on it and trample on it and go to the bathroom on it, things like that. All right, so the hay cage is ready. That's group number 2. I'll show you guys group number 3. Group number 3 is over here. The reason group number 3 is in group number 3 is because of this girl right here. All right, so this is Maggie. Hey, Maggie. Maggie is our girl livestock guardian dog. Maggie is a little over a year old. She's fantastic. She kills everything that she's supposed to and leaves everything that she's supposed to leave alone. She leaves them alone. The problem with Maggie is Maggie doesn't like to stay in a fence. So Maggie is somewhat of a Pyrenees cross. She's not registered. She was given to us by one of our friends. They had a litter of puppies, but she's pretty much, I'd say mostly Great Pyrenees. And if you have ever had a livestock guardian dog, especially a Great Pyrenees or an Anatolian or an Akabosh, they don't like to be in a fence. They like to roam. We actually had a dog named Rome. I'll tell you about him in just a second. But they like to get out. They don't like to be contained. They like to get out. I let these guys through. You see Buddy over here. He dug a hole under that fence. So, the reason that Maggie is currently chained up, as you can see, and the reason that those sheep were stuck over on the other side was because Maggie was in heat and Buddy was very protective of her. So, when the sheep would go past Maggie, Buddy would try to attack them because he thought that they were infringing on his territory. The reason Maggie is tied up, though, is because our neighbors, when I say neighbors, I mean people that live like hundreds of yards away, like an eighth or half a mile away from us, they keep kidnapping our dog. So Maggie gets out, she runs the neighborhood or the area looking for predators, sometimes chasing predators, chasing coyotes, and our wonderful neighbors keep taking her. They get her and they put her in their car, or they put her in their garage, or they lock her in their backyard, and then they post on Facebook or the community pages, apps, whatever those are called, that they found a dog. What they don't understand is she's doing what she is made to do, which is to roam the area, patrol the area, and keep everything safe. If they let her go, she would come back home. I've been, let's see here, I've had the Great Pyrenees since I was probably about 7 years old. My Uncle G gave us a dog named Bear, and I have had a Great Pyrenees for the majority of my life. I have never had one run away and not come back. We are not in a high traffic area. I'm not concerned about them getting hit by a car. So, if people would just leave Maggie alone, she would go, she would check everything out, and she would come back, and she would be home. But they don't. They don't leave her alone. They keep kidnapping her. I always ask the question, like, if you saw a kid walking down the street, would you grab the kid and put him in your car and stick him in your garage? The answer, hopefully, is no. So I don't know why people do it with dogs, especially Pyrenees dogs, livestock dogs. They are made to patrol. They will go back home if you just leave them alone. But because people keep getting her, we had to put her on a chain until I can put the wireless fence back up. And even that, she keeps getting past the wireless fence. It has a little shock collar thing on it. But she's figured out that it only hurts for like 20 seconds and then she can just keep running. So I don't really know what we're gonna do. I wish people would quit stealing my dog. I guess that's it. Here's little Mercy. So you'll see she has a new pink collar on because we took Mercy and Lovey to the boys' elementary school the other day for like a petting zoo type thing. They wouldn't let the kids go on field trips because of COVID stuff, so we took the field trip to them. So us and the in-laws raise show goats. So they took their goats and we took our sheep, and the kids were able to play with animals, kind of like what they would do at a pumpkin patch petting zoo. And so that was fun. Our animals are pretty gentle, but they are not halter broke. So taking non-halter broke animals somewhere is always fun. If you didn't see our Christmas card video last year, it's worth going back and watching, because it was after we had gotten Paul and we were trying to take pictures, and Paul was dragging me all over the place because he's a big dude. And so it was pretty funny. So go check that out. If you're new to our channel, you need to go back and watch some of our old videos. I enjoy the journey almost as much as the destination. We obviously haven't reached our final destination. That sounds like we're dying. We haven't reached where we want to get yet. We want to expand our channel and our audience and our expertise and all of those things. But the journey is what really makes YouTube unique. Watching people perfect their craft and the art of entertainment, communication. I'm definitely not an expert yet. We've only been doing YouTube for a year. So, but go back and watch some of our earlier videos, and it's pretty funny how far we've come in our knowledge, in our presentation, and just kind of in our understanding of what's going on. The main thing that's changed for me, I talked about this back when we did our meetup videos in the summer, but the main thing that's changed for me is I was always trying to teach people things, because that's what I do. I'm a coach, I'm a teacher. But now I understand that most people who watch our channel, maybe you just want to be along for the ride. A lot of our viewers, I know, can't do some of the things that we do. They can't go the places we go. They can't raise the animals that we raise. So we're just kind of taking you along as a partner on our journey, and that's kind of what we do now. So we do have some how-to videos coming out. I'm hoping to get out a series called the 2-minute series. You know, mini sheep in 2 minutes, worming goats in 2 minutes, you know, just a 2-minute thing that hopefully will bring some new viewers into our channel, into our Porter Valley Ranch family. And I'm gonna release those sporadically through the time that we're gone, because even though we plan on filming while we're in Africa, we don't know if we're gonna have sufficient Wi-Fi internet to upload the videos. So if we can't, then we're just going to put out some of the 2-minute videos. So make sure you go ahead and watch those and comment on those and like those and share those and whatever you're gonna do, because even though they might not pertain to you, they're part of our channel, and hopefully they'll help us grow our audience. So make sure and interact with those videos. I hope you enjoy them, hope you learn something new. But today I'm not trying to teach you anything. I don't think, probably am. I always teach something. But just wanna kind of give you a sneak peek into our day on the farm, and hopefully it's kind of relaxing. It's relaxing for me. We got about 30 more minutes of relaxing before I have to go pick up the boys and take them to piano and take them to soccer and coach soccer and go to a soccer meeting and do some other things at the studio. So a little piece of sanity in the midst of the crazy is kind of what farming does for me from time to time, and luckily right now is one of those times. All right, so back over here with Maggie. Sometimes I ramble and don't know exactly where I'm going. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys about Rome. Okay, so some of you remember Rome. We had him for a little while. He was given to us by a widow lady in our community. Real sweet lady whose husband had bought him just shortly before he died. He passed away. So she kept him for, you know, another 2 years, but they didn't have a fence, and Rome was kind of like Maggie here, and he would just kind of roam the area. That's why his name was Rome. So he would go as far as like 2 miles away from her house, and everybody in the area, it was a little bit more of a rural area. Everybody knew who he was and knew that he was a good dog. They'd kind of feed him and pet him, love on him, and then he would go back home. The problem was that, you know, the lady started getting worried that he was going to get hit by a car or something, so she needed to get rid of him. We had another, you know, dog that he could be friends with, so we got Rome. We had Rome for about 3 months. He was a great dog. He was huge. He was actually even bigger than Buddy. On the 4th of July, fireworks started going off, and he jumped our fence, about a 4-foot fence, jumped it and took off running. So we tried to find him. We couldn't find him. We finally found him, brought him back home. Fireworks went off again. He jumps the fence, runs away. We couldn't find him. The next day, somebody had found him, and he was about 5 miles away from our house, running down the middle of the highway. So we got him, we brought him back. He stayed in the fence. He was great for about 2 months. We had a big thunderstorm. He did it again. He ran away. When he would get out of our fence, he would run back to his old neighborhood, his old house, which is about 6 or 7 miles away. So he was fine here until things got a little hairy with thunderstorm and the fireworks, and then his natural instinct would be to go back to his home. He would literally run all that way, 5+ miles back to where he came from, which is amazing to me. So we eventually were able to pass Rome along to a family that lives out on about 600 acres, where he can just do his thing and he can be Rome. He can roam because he's Rome. But my point is, these animals are designed to do a job, which is to protect their home, their family, and their area. So they will patrol the area, and then they will go back home, even if it's 5 miles away. So please, for the sake of all of us in the farming, ranching, homesteading community, if you see a big white dog, just leave it alone. That's my only ask. And then Maggie here will be free, because right now she's still happy. We come out and play with her, but it's not good for a dog to be chained up. So we're gonna get that fixed in the next day or two, and she can get back on her way.